What
Bro, I
up,
love
party
that
people?
beat.
What's up?
What
What's
is
up?
going on?
We got a couple people in here. Your boy Migs.
What up,
Migs in
me?
the house. Kik Squad. What's happening?
You
What's
already
good?
know.
Hope
Hey,
everybody is good. We got Wyatt, everybody's favorite in the house.
What's going on? What's going on?
Everybody's favorite. We got Kicks for Fresh in the house. And we got My Kick Sick in the house. How y'all feeling?
chilling.
Long day. Long
I'm
day.
ready.
Chill.
Yeah. Same
Enjoying.
here, man. I had the most massive headache
Mm.
today.
Really.
It took me down. I was down for a while. It started yesterday and just wouldn't go away. It's kind of cool now, but
Mm.
man, when y'all had y'all light this morning, I was dealing with it.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I'm cool now.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you better watch out for that because that's a symptom.
True
I
story.
had it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I know. I was like, if this thing don't go away,
Mhm.
because when I had it lasted for 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you were saying that. Like that's whenever like we first got together. You were
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
like you had it. Yeah.
Dang.
yeah.
It's crazy,
That
man.
thing lasted. Man, that was
Whew.
good. I never had a headache like that before.
And our governor addressed the state today. I mean, we
Oh,
thought
for
they
real?
we thought they was gonna shut us back down because they be quick
Mhm.
to shut us down, like real quick. But
Mhm.
They
they
don't be over here in Missouri. They let you do what you want to do.
I mean, like
Let you do what you want.
see, like I'm torn in between, right? Like I want them to shut us down and slow everything down to make sure everybody stays safe, but then at the same time, I'm in the oil refinery, right? If gas don't sell, you know what I'm saying, like that affects my job. So then at the same time,
Mhm.
I'd be like, shut
Yeah.
everything down, but then let people still move. You know what I'm saying? Like let the truckers,
What up, Paula?
cars
Right.
move. You know what I'm saying? So I be kind of like in between. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
all I
Hey,
can say is everybody
Paula.
wear your mask, be safe.
What up, Adam?
Hey,
Yeah.
Adam.
No large
Hey,
gatherings, you know?
Letitia.
What's up,
What up?
Letitia?
Let's
What's
have
right
large
here?
gatherings right here on you.
Gentleman
They
Eric.
they shut
What
Philly
up?
down, bro. The restaurants are not even open.
What's up,
Yeah,
brother? Oh yeah.
Dang.
And I mean, it's
What's
like
up,
Delaware's
Melody?
right. Everybody's probably coming to Delaware because we open. Like
right.
Kim
Hmm.
it's like a
Strong.
2 minute drive.
Kim, what's up? Good night, Paula.
Yeah, they do the same thing out here too, man. It was like restaurants closed, they're like outside dining, but like
It's too cold.
cold,
Like who's
cold now.
I'm gonna take that joint home. Like
Right?
like what's wrong with y'all?
We doing carry out. We not.
And then
Yeah.
Shit, we
that's
doing
how far
delivery
like
at this
I
point.
wanted to go. Like,
Right.
and I feel like we more prepared now for a shutdown than what we was in the beginning. Because in the beginning, it's like shoe stores didn't know nothing about curbside service, but now
Yeah.
they have
Hmm.
that kind of like in place. And you know what I'm saying? So like restaurants didn't know nothing about we gonna do curbside. Like everything, I think everybody is more in place now
Knowledgeable.
for
Yep.
a shutdown than what we was in the beginning. So
Hmm.
Yeah, bro. We will
we'll see,
see.
man. Everybody stay safe. Prayers go up to everybody, man. But
Yeah.
No more deaths. That's what I hope.
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
crazy, man. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Let's see. I'm putting something in the chat right now. See if it pops up. All right. Here's the link. It's a secret link to only anybody here can get to.
Uh-oh.
If you click on that link, so if you want to copy it right now, but if you're in this chat, you only have access to this link. It's
Uh-oh.
my link to my Kill All Vultures collection that I'm not dropping
Nope.
until Black Friday.
Mm.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Ooh.
So
Nope.
if y'all been following me on Instagram and y'all seen
Ooh.
the
Yo, pull that
stories of
joint
the
up, bro.
vulture, what you say?
Pull that joint up so we can see it. That joint.
Devin.
That
Um,
sweat that logo, bro. So dope.
yeah, let's see if we can pull it up.
What y'all talking about? What y'all looking for at Hivets? Friend of mine, Georgia, right now. I'm doing car race. Car race. Folks don't
Uh,
know how to keep their ass on. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. And now Georgia, it's on the whole. Georgia and Florida, them two people down there, they wide open. They ain't playing.
All right. So I don't know if y'all can see that,
Yes,
but this
sir.
is the Kill All Vultures Creeping Vulture Tee. So if I'm an artist, and I used to draw way back in the day. So I went ahead and created this character because I always wanted to put an animal with my brand, but just couldn't figure out what kind of animal I wanted to put with it.
Mm-hmm.
And because you don't want it to be cheesy, you want it to actually mean something in some form of fashion, right? So I created the Culture Vulture. So being that the brand, of course, is called Afresh Culture, and then you do have a lot of vultures out there infiltrating. So I created the Culture Vulture as my kind of like animal mascot.
Mm.
Dope.
So these are some of the pieces that only you guys in here in the chat. This is the shirt I have on now.
That one's dope. The
Y'all
back.
have access to on the back of the shirt.
That's
Is
tight.
the
dope.
Kill All Vultures.
This is super
Congrats,
tight.
That's
bro.
what's up.
Congrats on that, bro. That's
Thanks,
dope.
man. So I want that to be a thing because like I said, there's vultures in everything that we're doing right now in in streetwear, in the sneaker community, and as well as music. Hip hop. There's been culture vultures in hip hop forever. It's saying that they love the culture but don't love us. And hip hop gets profited off of, regularly.
Yep.
And streetwear is being the same thing right now. The sneaker community is why we can't get sneakers. You got a lot of people who don't love the sneakers, but they in here and they copy them to make profit. Cannot they hustle? But that's what's happening. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, COVID is here to stay. It feels that way, right?
It is. I think it
Yeah.
is. At least for a while. I mean, it's just gonna be starting to be a part of the flu shots and stuff. But
Thank
I
y'all.
don't,
Thank
I
y'all.
don't know. Them shots, they be stinging. They put that stuff in your arm, your whole arm be hurting.
I
Good.
mean, I never got a flu shot, but I believe that's what it's going because it's just another strain of flu. So once they figure out the vaccine, it's just gonna be a part of that cocktail.
Appreciate it, y'all.
I mean, as everything else is. I mean, like things whenever we was kids. Not to get off of the culture vulture because I think it's super dope. I mean, just like whenever we was kids, chicken pox, all these things was real, man. And like now they have all these things, all these vaccines inside of the shots for kids, and you don't see it as much
Yeah.
now as you did whenever you was younger. So
Right.
I believe, and I hope that they one day they figure it out and they kind of
Right.
grasp it. Everybody could, at
So
least have a chance to fight.
I don't know
I
about
was gonna say, Dante, I know one of the things that you always do when you have guests on your channel, is your first question is like, what got you started? Tell us about your brand. And for a lot of us, we know, but we probably don't know because we ain't really said. I know I haven't had a chance to, really just sit and talk with you about, everything. I've read a lot of the information on, your website and stuff like that. But tell us a little bit about your brand and what made you want to start your brand.
So I should have went and grabbed those. So there's some shirts, and I might step away and go grab these shirts. But yeah, discount code as well until Friday night, even on these new shirts. So even if you got the link to this shirt, you can still get the discount because Black Friday deals won't really apply to new stuff. But y'all got the end right now. The shirt you have, it's just long sleeve. But you know what? If you give me the night,
He said it's hot in Florida.
I can make that happen for you. But so what I did was, I gotta show y'all. You know what? Hold on. I'm sorry.
All right,
Yeah, go get it. I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this.
What's good, Ratavia?
What up, sis? Does the shirt you have? Oh, okay. Yeah, let me
How's
write
everybody?
down.
How's everybody's day is going so far tonight? Let us know in the comments below. You guys watching this battle, this versus battle? You guys watching us on one screen and then watching the verses on the other? You can just turn the other screen off. Keep us on. You feel me?
Man, listen, they haven't even started. This is like
They got the
if they was in
SpongeBob
a club, they'd be like, if y'all don't go ahead and get out here so we can shut this down at a decent time. Trying to wait all night for these men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see them. They about
Cut
to
the
pull
sleeves
up.
off, Kick. Now cut that joint all the way off the shoulder. Cause
Do he got on a snowman shirt?
Yeah, that's what he
said. That's what he said. He was
that
like,
look corny, bro.
he was like, hey, everybody who bought a snowman shirt back in the day, y'all pull them joints out, yada yada this and yada yada.
Man, I had one, unfortunately.
I mean, I'm actually not surprised.
That's about the battle. I ain't had one. G's my dog though, but I ain't had one. Watching y'all and driving, be safe, sis. Yes, watching even though that CP time. Oh yeah, you already know how that worked. You already know how that roll there, Kim Strong. You know.
But a whole freaking 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They better have some lemon pepper wings at the end of that show.
Technology, cut that joint off all the way at the shoulder and show off them guns you had out the other day, bro. Don't think I ain't see you over there in the bro. You know what I'm saying? Look like the sleeve just got caught right there on the shoulder, like I mean, right there, you know, on like yeah. I see you, big fella.
Yeah, what we got going on? Oh,
discount code.
Discount code. Oh, y'all talking about Technology's arms?
Yeah, Technology swole.
Because he said it was hot in Florida.
He was talking about Amier.
Yeah, he talking about it was hot in Florida. We told him to cut the sleeves off that joint. Yeah, congrats to you, Migs. Hit on that.
Yeah, Migs.
That was big.
Yeah.
Go play the lottery. That's what you need to be doing next. And don't forget about
your home time. All right. So when I first started, it was around the time when the saying YOLA was popular. You know, you only live once, or only live again. And me and my wife was in the car, and it was that Drake song or whatever. You know, you say it and everything. And I'm a believer. I don't believe you only live once. I believe that you get born again. So you only live again. So we came up with the term YOLA. You only live again. And I was like, that'd be a cool shirt. So I had some extra money or whatever. And I was working part-time somewhere. And I decided to take a little bit of change and go get some shirts made. That said it. So I came up with this shirt, which was YOLA, you only live again, 2 Corinthians 5:17, which is he that is in Christ is a new creature. All things, old things pass away and all things become new, which is what that is. You only live again. So I made this shirt. This was the first one I ever did. And it was selling a little bit. I ended up doing other colors and stuff like that. I couldn't find all my other shirts, but I got that one too.
I like that one.
Yeah. This one, I brought it back when I started Afresh Culture. Yeah, I sold a couple of them, didn't really do well. But that was when I first started. But so I did that shirt, and it did really cool, like around my way. Like it was a really nice shirt and a favorite shirt around where I live. Got a lot of local support from that. And I started doing a couple other mix is stupid.
Wrap that joint off.
I don't know, man. This might be like a medium now. It's shrunk, I think. But I started doing other colors and got a couple friends who are pastors and stuff like that. And they would have events and they would have me come out and put out a table. And by this time, I had other shirts. Like, so I was selling shirts and selling these YOLA shirts and people was loving it, right? But then life happened. And of course, YOLO was a trend. So along with the dying trend of YOLA kind of died down as well. On top of that, life happened and I just stopped doing shirts. This is like 2013, maybe summerish, 2013, I believe. And then this time just passed by, just, going along. And I always thought about it. And then one day, a homeboy of mine that I used to rap with named Wiley, he hit me up out of the blue, and I hadn't talked to him in a while. He was like, "Hey man, I was thinking, why you stop doing the shirts?" And I told him why I stopped. He's like, "Man, you should start doing that again, man. That's you had something going." And I was like, I don't know. I mean, if I come with something that makes me feel like I should do it, then yeah, I'll do it, So that happened. And then right, we're gonna bring it back, huh? So retro them. So that same day, my homeboy, another dude I used to rap with, he hit me up, was like, "Yo, I put on my old YOLO tank top." I had this tank top that I had done. And it was, I don't know if y'all are familiar with EPMD, with the rap group EPMD, but they have a logo, the way that they worded EPMD. So I worded YOLA the same way that they did. Nobody ever really got it except for me, probably. But but I did it on a tank top. So he sent me a picture, like, "Yeah, I could break out the YOLO tank top today." I was like, "Oh, snap. That's dope." Right? So, and then the same day in my Facebook memories, a picture pops up. And I'm like, that's that whole 3 thing. That whole 3. I'm like, all right, what are you trying to tell me? What do I do? So who am I to ignore God? I figured, maybe you're trying to push something my way. So I started brainstorming. I said, if I can't come up with anything, I'm not going to do this. So I started coming up with a lot of different things. What name can I come up with that doesn't sound cheesy or whatever the case is? And I ended up coming up with Afresh Culture, because I was listening to this song called "Fall Afresh" by a band called Jesus Culture in my car. So it's a really, really beautiful song. And the 2 words resonated with me, because at first I didn't know what the word "afresh." I didn't know that the word "afresh" was a word. Not fresh, but the word "afresh" was a word. I never heard it before. You know how there's words you just never heard before. You don't use it in regular speech, right? So I took that and I looked up. I was like, "Okay, what does this mean?" And it means to start anew, to wake up afresh. Going to start my day afresh, start a new job afresh, things like that. So I took that, and in the band called Jesus Culture, and I took the word culture and I added it to it, and I came up with Afresh Culture. And went to the drawing board, made up a logo and everything, and did some research on how to make this thing for real, and not make it just like, oh, inbox me and you could PayPal me or whatever. I wanted to make it like a legit thing. I needed to make it somewhere to something that somebody can go to and buy it. So I come with a website and everything, and jumped off my Instagram, and this is like 2017 at this time. So as you see, 4 years have gone past, and started putting out all these T-shirts. But what I was doing was taking pop culture things and was putting a faith spin on it, which in the end made it kind of corny, for lack of better words. To me, it was corny. In the end, it was just corny. But that's where it kicked off, that because I always had a want to do this. Even back when I was a kid, I used to draw shoes, I would draw clothing and stuff like that. So I always wanted to do it. The first shirt I ever created, I was in like the 7th, 8th grade. My granddad owned a print shop, and stupid kid, I could have done this when I was a freaking 8th grader, but I didn't. But I went there and I printed a shirt, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." It was something I drew, and he helped me print it onto a shirt, and I was like, "Oh, snap," And then another time I took a white T-shirt and I took some permanent fabric markers, and I literally drew Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle, big graphic on a white T-shirt. It was dope as hell, but it was mad dope. But it's like, man, I thought about it like years later. I thought about it. I'm like, man, I was doing that back then, but just never did anything with it, you know. But yeah, always wanted to do it and just never took it serious until like 2017, and that's when I really dove into it. And it's just something that I've been passionate about ever since. Yeah.
So, like, would you say? Well, obviously, I feel like this is gonna be the answer to this question, but obviously, you have like evolved a lot because basically, what you told me is like nothing from what you do now. Like, you don't take, I don't see your brand taking slogans and putting it on a shirt. Like, it's way more like, like a collection. You had the Stay Fresh collection. You had this Culture collection coming out. So, I guess what kept you motivated to keep going and creating new, collections for people to vibe to, if that makes sense.
So when I did the beginning with the whole pop culture thing, right? And a year goes by. I started 2017, and then we're into 2018 now, and nothing's popping off, right? It's something's wrong, right? And I look back at it, and it's just this whole what I'm doing, this whole pop culture thing is not working. So what I did was November of 2018, I shut my website down. And I shut it down for 3 months. So there's that whole 3 again. I got the 3 signs. I shut my website down for 3 months, brought it back up. Let's see, November, December, January. So brought it back up in February. And what I did in that 3 months time was I had to sit and figure out what was I doing wrong? Why is all these designs I'm coming up with, why are they not selling? Why am I spending so much more money than I'm making? Legit 2018, I sold like $300 worth of stuff. And some of that was probably me buying samples for all I know, but something was wrong. So what I did in those 3 months is I went and I started studying all these different brands. What were all these brands that I looked up to? What were they doing right that I was doing wrong? So I didn't have collections. I had like a collection of shirts, like just a collection of shirts, So I started looking at the brands that I was very interested in was Paper Planes, Grateful Apparel, Art of Homage, The Hundreds, Marathon. Of course, you got Nike and stuff like that, right? You got Stussy, even you got Supreme. You look at all these different brands, it's like, what are they doing that's working for them? And by the way, I spoke to Bobby Hundreds yesterday and asked him if he can be on the show. I'm trying to work these wheels. I don't know. Right now, he's like, I'm really busy, but congratulations on the live and so on. I said, well, it's an open invitation. It's not in person. It's all virtual. So we'll see what happens. He's like a dream guest. But look at them. Look at like Walker Wear. Look at Pierre Moss. Like Pierre Moss is a whole different like monster. But like April Walker of Walker Wear. Like, what are these people doing? And the common denominator was they didn't oversaturate things. Drops was a thing. So like they do drops, right? So that was one thing I looked at. They kept it kind of small. Like, and I looked at like Bobby Hundreds. I have his book. This is not a t-shirt. One of the things that he said was I probably said this on one of these lives before, but the thing that always stuck in my head was his most popular shirt was just that hoodie that said The Hundreds. That was it. He could put out all these collaborations, all this stuff, but the one that's going to sell the most was one that said The Hundreds. The other one was the Atom Bomb that they created. His character Atom Bomb. But it's simple, right? If you look at Grateful Apparel, they're grateful across the chest. Paper Planes, they just have the plane. Most of the time, that's the popular thing. The hat has just the plane on it. Stuff like that. So all the way that they're doing things, I mean, if you look at Art of Homage, look at Value Pursuit. You know what I mean? It's simple, but but it has something, a meaning behind it. With the compete being backwards, and they kept it simple, and that works for people. The Nike check is the most simplest design you can come up with. But what happens? They sell a gajillion of them shirts, whether it's right here or if it's right here. So I came up with the whole Stay Fresh had been in my head for a while too. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go. I went ahead and I figured out how I want the word and everything. And again, I'm probably repeating myself from the past too, but I started off with 12 hats. I brought it back. I said, okay, February, I'm bringing it back. Revamp my website, Instagram, all this stuff. I'm gonna do this whole thing over again. I didn't shut my Instagram down, but I kind of started changing the way I was posting pictures, and hit the website running with the pre-order for 12 ball caps, the one that my Kicks is wearing. I think you're wearing that one. And yep, 12 of those hats sold like that. And everybody kept telling me, man, this hat is dope. This is a dope hat. I'm like, man, it's simple, but yeah, it is dope. It's like I didn't need all that extra stuff. All them extra pop culture references and stuff. I didn't need all of that. It seems like I just need to be true to who I was and what I felt was right, instead of just trying to play on what I think other people are going to like. So I stay true to me, and then it resonated to being something that ended up being really dope. So I hope I'm answering your question, but
no, it does. Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. So from there on, the whole Stay Fresh thing came up, and what they did was open up a lane when Stay Fresh started making traction and becoming something that was dope and that people were recognizing. I mean, I was selling Stay Fresh pieces across the country. Like not even just here in Illinois anymore. It wasn't just my county. It was outside of my county, outside of my state, 3 states over, 5 states west. And then when I got an order in Singapore, and then when I got an order in Europe, I'm like, yo, when All-Star Weekend hit, February of this year, and somebody sent me a picture of a random dude at a party with my sweater on. I don't know this dude from nothing, but somebody, another brand who we follow each other, he saw it, took a picture, and DM'd me. And I was like, yo.
Blow your mind.
I didn't know that dude. But it was All-Star Weekend. He's at a party with my sweater on. It says Stay Fresh like it does on your chest right now. So exactly, sometimes less is better. Definitely. And so from what that did was that allowed me to like, okay, now I can branch off a little bit here and there and do a couple other things that I feel creative enough to do. Because my brand is not called Stay Fresh. My brand is called Afresh Culture.
Right.
Fresh is the main collection that's never going to go away.
Right.
Yep.
But now I can create other little collections. Now I can collaborate with a couple other people here and there, when it makes sense and stuff like that. Now I can create this, because it's under the whole Afresh Culture umbrella. Just like the Hundreds can do a Nightmare on Elm Street collection. They can do a collection with, all these other people out there, Batman collection. He's done the Batman collection, all these different things. And you can do that now because the Hundreds is who they are. Now I feel like I can do it a little bit while I'm still growing, and hopefully people will gravitate to it, because I'm staying true to who I am and what I believe is dope, not what somebody else believes is dope.
Dope.
But yeah, isn't that sometimes kind of hard though? Because like, even if you have something where you feel like it's dope to you, and then like you said a little earlier, like if people ain't buying it, I mean, that's a double-edged sword, because you as a creator, whatever you do and you entrepreneurial, you at the end of the day, like you gotta recoup some of your funds. Like you're not doing it to be in the negative all the time.
Right.
Factual.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. And anything you do creatively, is taking a chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, it's taking a chance. But I think that I feel confident enough that I have studied enough brands. I'm also taking a streetwear class with Yellowbrook and Complex, Yellow Brick, excuse me, and Complex. You know, trying to learn that whole streetwear industry and being a creative and stuff like that, and all the different ins and outs of it from the greats in the game. But it's taking a chance, no matter what it is. And if you feel confident with yourself, or you feel really confident, I can tell you, back then, I know that I didn't have all the confidence. I know I didn't. I'm not gonna lie and say that I did. I didn't do something and be like, oh my God, this is so dope, and put on a shirt. I was like, okay, let me see if this works. That's kind of how it was. Let me see if this works. And one other thing that I stopped doing as well was I would put images of Jesus on a shirt, like to the Starbucks logo. Instead of the siren, I put, Jesus with the crown on his head or whatever. And then instead of Fresh Culture around the thing, I stopped putting Jesus on shirts because of the fact that we don't know what he looks like. Any image that you see is not a true depiction of who he is. And I don't want to put a false image because I have that much respect for God and the Son, so to rather to put a false image of him on a shirt, so that's one other thing that I did too. And I was very conflicted about that. And I even talked to a couple of my friends, my faith-driven brothers, and they felt where I was coming from on that. But I even did some really cool ones with Jesus on it, but still, it just didn't, resonate. So I felt like taking a chance going this route, I can create something that's still backed by my faith and still has a meaning to it. And if anybody asks what it means, you can tell them what it means, because it's still backed. It has a rooted in faith. But it's still taking a chance. No matter what I do, it's going to be taking a chance on it. And you roll with it. And like you said, if it goes, it goes. And if it doesn't, I got to roll with the punches and take my bruises and go back to the drawing board. Like this, I believed in this when I drew this. I drew this with my own hands. I created this character out of my brain, grabbed my iPad and my pencil, and I drew him, picked the colors I wanted him to be and everything, and create this character and went for it. And I believe in it. And I think it's dope. Judging from some of the comments in the chat, they think it's dope too. So I might have something.
Yeah.
If I got nothing in the chat from it, I would have probably took it off of the website. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I like the controversial shirt, and that's cool. I remember you telling us a story before about the Bobby Hundreds and stuff, and it's funny that you say that like not doing too much. I always do well. I mean, like look at Nike for instance, right? Like I always think back of the most sold shoe every year is the all white Air Force One. Nothing special, no collaboration, but it sells more than any other shoe. So I mean, that's real dope, man. You're doing some dope stuff though. You're definitely doing some dope stuff. I mean, I'm honored to be a part of it and watching you grow with us, and we growing with you and the whole 9 yards, bro. I mean, it's just it's an honor to do this journey with you. So where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Man, bro, 5 years from now, right now I am going on 4 years in. 5 years from now, I see myself at least owning a store or have had a store or have had one. At the very least, I see myself out of my basement for sure and in my own spot where I have all my space in the world that I need, and my office, and shipping out of there, doing everything from there. You know, like a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 8, whatever, however long it takes to run that particular day. You know, but I see that. I see some other possible collaborations. Um, Next year, I'm envisioning creating a shoe.
That's
I was
what's
just
up.
gonna ask you that too.
I'm envisioning that. I'll hold thin on that. But I do see that. I do see more collaborations. I do see having a storefront or have already had one, whether it worked or not. COVID, I don't know, but I see that definitely. Yeah.
So on the storefront, I mean, it would be your name of the store or whatever, but you would sell everybody clothes in there, or would you just and your clothes would be a part of it, or
Um.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. What I see is my storefront, but at the same time, like I told you guys last week when I had Darnell of No Logo on here, and we want to get a brick and mortar for our um, local heroes workshop, where the front of it will be a storefront, where in the back will be the workshop, where we teach the kids how to do this stuff. And in the front will be mine and his stuff. I would open it up to consignment or pop ups for other brands because that was done for me. You know, brand Hustle Smart Live Rich out in Oak Park, Illinois, opened their doors up to me. Actually, asked me if I wanted to do it. I didn't even go to them. They believed in my brand. It was like, yo, I'll put all my stuff in the back. You bring all your stuff. We gonna pub it and do a pop up. It was like bet. You know, so we did a Sunday afternoon, and I was pubbing it for like I don't know a month maybe, nonstop. Did Instagram, Facebook ads, all this other stuff. I was reaching out to influencers and all this stuff to come out and check it out and stuff like that. And I remember that day too. It rained. I was like, this is gonna be crappy. Man, it rained and I had new stuff out there. And I was just, man, I had my nieces and nephews, and my son came out. My wife helped me set up the night before, and they were wearing my niece, my nephew, my son was wearing my stuff, just helping out around the way. And I swear it was just dead for a moment. It was dead for a moment. I'm just sitting there looking out the window of the store, watching it rain, like, dang. Remember that? Yeah. My son's like, I remember that. Yeah, and just looking around like, man, I called my wife. I was like, babe, this is sucking right now. You know, nobody here. It's raining. A couple people walked in, and that was about it. You know, and then out of nowhere, the place was freaking packed. Legit packed. Like it was. I got paid for a DJ, so my man was spinning. So while we was dead and it was raining, we was bumping. But we was bumping.
Yeah,
but man, I swear, it's like I blinked. One person walked in, another person walked in, and not only was it in there buying stuff, they were just hanging. And they just wanted to talk to me. Yeah. You know, and shake my hand and all this other stuff. And it was people that I did not know, which was super bananas. People that I did not know.
Yep,
and
the best feeling ever.
It was a man.
Still unbelievable, huh?
My bad.
No, you good.
You good, bro.
But it was hella dope. And by the end of the night, I had sold so much stuff. that said "Stay Fresh" on it. Hoodies, T-shirts, hats. There was a couple cats came in from that was in town from Georgia, from Atlanta came in, bought some stuff. It was crazy. My sister-in-law cat ironically came into town, and her boyfriend drove up there. And I'm like, man, this is really crazy. And by the end of the night, like I said, I sold so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not believe it. It was literally the biggest day of my brand. Like sales wise, I had never sold that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2018, that one day killed 2018. It murdered it, but and so by the end of 2019, with that helping big time, it made for a super good year. Like I don't think I ever seen. It was like a 700% increase over 2018, and it was ridiculous. I mean, I didn't profit, because I was putting it back in and recycling it, but the sales in general, which was like super eye opening. But
That's what's up.
yeah, so that me going into that story, somebody opened the door for me and was like, yo, so I would want to do that too for somebody else. And be like, hey, you got a brand? Yeah, definitely. You can come in. Don't worry about, because he was like, don't worry about, pay me anything or whatever. I tried to hook him up with something, but he was like, no, this is for you, man. And so me and him actually developed a really great relationship out of that. Not just out of that, we had one building before that, but that showed the love that he had for me and the belief in what I was doing. But we became super good friends out of that. Super good friends. Yeah. Definitely a storefront, and I would invite other people in.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody in the chat has any questions? Let us know.
Yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, it was, man. It was super surreal. Super surreal. I became a huge fan of pop-ups after that. I was like, I got to do, and COVID shut all that down. I know that I could have made a lot more this year if I could have had more pop-ups. Yeah, exactly, man. For reasons and for different seasons. Some people might be in your life and then just so happily be out of your life. It's not like any hard feelings, but it just happens that way, Yeah. What's up,
Definitely happens.
The old shirt? My son grabbed the old YOLO shirt. He's like, whoa. Yeah.
I used to have the black and neon one.
Yeah.
I don't know where that was.
I don't know where a lot of my shirt. I don't know what happened to him. But yeah. So yeah, very surreal feeling. But that stuff like that, it keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to keep creating. Meeting all these different people, all these different great people. Like y'all, and the people in the chat who not only been rocking with y'all before I came along, but are rocking with me. Don't think for a moment I will ever forget that. Just even if it 5 years from now it takes off to where I'm at a certain level that maybe I'm not as reachable as I am now. Don't ever think for any point in time that I'll ever forget any of y'all people, because y'all been rocking with me, and it means a hell of a lot, straight up.
Kik Squad TV, man. We're gonna be on HBO one day, man.
I don't pay for HBO, so how am I gonna see myself on there?
Hey,
We need like a free television show or something like.
Right.
We need a YouTube deal.
We need our own version of Versus. Get 1.6 million people up in the cut.
That's how many people have been there? God,
that's crazy.
Pretty much.
Speaking of how many of you y'all make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all here.
Hit that like button.
Smash it.
How often? Kim said, How often do you release a new item or items, and how do you decide your color palette?
Um, one cool thing that I like about being just my own brand and that I don't have to answer to anybody is I can do it whenever I feel like it. If I just feel the notion to do it. Some other people that I look up to are Melody Asani, Joe Freshgoods, and Jerry Lorenzo. And one thing about them, because I listen to podcasts a lot, and anytime they're on a podcast, I tune into it. Same thing with Staples, Jeff Staples. Um, but one thing that they said that really resonated with me is the fact that they don't have to follow a fashion calendar. You know, they don't have to do it. They just do whatever they feel. It's like if I feel like dropping a shirt, I'm gonna drop a shirt. You know, and when they do it, that stuff as y'all see. Fear of God drops something, it's going right.
Crazy.
Supreme, it goes. Melody Asani, she drops stuff on her website, and that stuff sells out. I'm not at that point yet where it just sells out as quick as theirs do. I know I will be at one point. Stuff sells out, but like they stuff like will be going in a day. You know, but they don't follow a calendar. So it's kind of like I do it, and I do it the same way. So when I find they do that, I'm like, man, I'm not alone. I don't feel like I'm doing it wrong because they're doing this and it's the right thing to do for them. It's whatever you feel. So it's pretty much whenever I feel like it. Like when I came up with this idea, I don't think I had done like a new anything besides so that involved Stay Fresh. I think the other thing I did was the wings when I did the wings thing. And but prior to that, I had not unless it was like a collaboration, but it was just to Stay Fresh, like the block letters, right? And then but I just felt like doing it. I just felt like doing the wings thing, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna roll with it. Remember, I showed y'all some different designs of what I wanted to do and stuff like that. But I just did it because I felt like it. And then this right here, I did it, and I was like, you know what? Black Friday, let's go for it. Like what the hey, because I feel like I can do it. So, but as far as the color palette, that's another thing. It's just really how I feel that day as well. There are still color combinations that are in my head that I have not done yet that I want to do. And sometimes the color palette is based off of a shoe. Sometimes it's just based off of a feeling, that I just feel like I did sometimes it's based off of just, my surroundings, like basketball or something like that. Like I have the Stay Fresh tee. That's that powder blue with the gold Stay Fresh on it. Mm-hmm. It's because that's a Chicago Sky thing. Mm-hmm. That's their colors. So I did that because I got a lot of love for the Chicago Sky. And then some other things just depends on how I feel that day. I might just feel like, you know what? I feel this color and that color. Mm-hmm. Let's do that. And it's just a feeling. But sometimes it's inspired by something around me that I saw, or just walking outside somewhere, being somewhere, and just something just grabs you. Yeah. That's it. Nope. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Big Culture Vulture stuff is cool because it's just crazy how the sneaker community is and the fashion world is, and I know we talk about it a lot on this particular episodes and on the shows and stuff, but or should we say the series? But just
wait, real quick, do that with Trivia. Do that. Ain't nothing stopping you. Nothing stopping you.
Definitely.
Do it.
Make it happen.
Always. And we're going to
just people speak facts. What were you saying, man?
But just seeing how, the fashion industry is now, you can just, do whatever you want, make whatever you want, and, and taking in. Like I remember, like whenever I was growing up, right? Like me, for instance, right? I was inside of this box. Like I would wear only black, blue, gray. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't wear much outside of that. But now I see myself wearing red and green and yellow and all these different colors and different color shoelaces and stuff. Just seeing
Mm-hmm.
how the fashion have grew before my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like just seeing how I remember it was a time when nobody wear skinny jeans, and now everybody wearing not skinny jeans but tapered jeans and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just just totally 360 from where it was back in the day to where it is now. I think is a real cool thing, and I think it makes it easier to for you to do like what you want to do, however you
Yeah.
feel, whatever you see, and then give you even more confidence to go forth with, with whatever you see and whatever you like at the time. Because I mean, it's just a great time to be in fashion, to be in YouTube, to be in
Yeah.
YouTube. You know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff. It's a great time for it right now, in my
Yeah,
eyes.
definitely. You're definitely right about that, man. And inspiration is all around us. You go out, there's always inspiration around us. I need some of that Pistons blue. Hey, that is something that I'm actually toying with. Uh, doing a blue with red, stay fresh, and maybe some white in there. So I know y'all. That's that royal blue that Kicks for Fresh has on. That's that Piston royal blue. Red and white. So it's running around my head. So just stay tuned. But it'll be a hoodie probably too because I know it's cold right now and it's super cold in the D. It's so cold in the D. You think I believe we're all born with? Yeah. Um, I think God has His path for me right now because He dropped it in my lap. I believe it. Like when I mentioned the three different signs, and uh, when I shut my brand down for 3 months, it was so symbolic to Jesus destroying the temple for 3 days and rebuilding it. And people thought it was going to be just ridiculous. You can't rebuild a temple in 3 days. He meant his body. If all my Bible readers out there, his body was the temple that he rebuilt in 3 days. And I just feel that was super symbolic, and to when I did that, I felt like, you know what, because I was going to quit prior to that. I was going to quit, flat out just quit. This ain't working. This is BS. I'm done. And it was like being punched in the chest, like, no, don't quit. Don't quit. Shut it down for 3 months. It wasn't like a number that just came out of my butt. It just something just told me shut it down for 3 months. And that's why I feel that He is in this and has me on that path, even through the pitfalls that come along. Like legit, September, October, November has been the slowest months this year. I thought I already would have had those months when COVID hit, but September, October, and this November, so slow, and it feels like you have those moments like, what am I going to do? That's how it feels because you come from being, I think what it was, I think also God does things to you where He wants to sit you down for a moment and make you think for a little while, and I kind of feel like that's what this moment is at the moment. Like things are popping. Don't get too far out of your way. You know, you know, God knows your heart. God, knows the direction that we're going. We can steer away a lot into our own way and not His way. And I feel maybe that's what I was doing. Things was popping, and I'm like, you can get careless. And now it's like, hey, pipe down for a moment, chill out for a second, rethink some things, and get back on your job. You know, And so that's kind of what's happening right now. And it did give me time to think, like, yo, you got to do something, bro. It's getting low. You got to do something. So it gave me time to really, really think about what, instead of panicking, thinking, what can I do right now that's different, or what can I do to generate and learn from some other things. So he has that. I feel that that's set in me, and if I stop long enough and listen to my spirit, pray about it, I feel this all ordained by God. I have no doubt about it. Yeah. Thank you for answering that question.
Sometimes he challenges us to see if how strong our faith is.
Yeah.
And then see how we're gonna come out of that challenging moment. So,
right.
Yep.
And I have all the faith that this is just a, bump, for a moment. And
not even a bump, just keep pushing.
Yeah, just keep going. But it stops and makes you think, you're like, okay, what am I doing? And it makes you think a little bit. So, I can take it, and I'm not a panicky person. I don't panic. I don't worry a lot. We worry. Everybody worries, but I don't let it like break me down. I think more it's like, okay, slow down for a moment, think for a second, pace yourself, figure out what you're going to do, and make it happen. So, yeah.
Retriever, you're crazy.
How do you determine the quality of product to make, for example, 50 or 100 of each shirt? I do small amounts because of the fact that I'm not huge yet. As time is going on, I've increased those small amounts, and I do that because, like I said, because I'm not huge yet. I'm not the hundreds. I'm not Jerry Lorenzo. They can make thousands of something, and it goes right. But I also took from experience on the different sizes that sell, how quick they sell, and things like that. So that's always like a science too. So like I know that there are my people out there who will wear a 5X, who will wear a 4X, right? But I know as of right now, up to this point, after being this, many years in, if I was to stock up 10 5Xs, I'm probably going to be stuck with 7 for a long time, for example. So, I just figured out the science, and I look back at, how many people come back asking for a certain shirt that wears a certain size, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I get a lot of people asking for this particular size in this shirt after it's already gone. So if I bring it back, I got to make sure I bring back more of that size, or if I do some more stuff, make sure I get more of that size, etc. So it's kind of like a science thing that I kind of do like a Rain Man almost in my head, trying to figure it out, and like going back to history of what I have done. But I don't do huge amounts. Very rarely will I do 50 pieces. If anything, I'll do a smaller amount, and if it goes well, and I feel like I should restock on that one, then I will. Like the biohack sweater, I thought it was super dope when I did it. I'm like, this is a dope sweater. This is something dope as hell, but you just never know what it does until it does it. So when it went, and it was like, you're going to bring it back? You don't bring it back? It's like, okay, I got to bring back some more, and now those are gone. Kim Strong actually bought the last one recently. So those are gone now. So, and I don't usually restock things. Like if it's gone, it's gone. And maybe if I want to restock it later on, like bring it back. Oh, let's bring back that color. Then I'll do it. But like that sweater was like one of the first sweaters that I ever restocked super quick. Like, because I just had to. So sometimes you just see, test the waters with X amount, and then see what happens. And if you got to restock on some, let's go ahead and restock on some and make it and bring it back again and let it run its course. And move on to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was helpful because that's kind of like how I am right now. Like I can't decide like how many to get and like just it's like it's a lot to figure out.
It is. It is. It's a lot, and it'll wreck your brain, especially if you're first starting.
Mm-hmm.
To try to figure that out, because when I was doing those Yola shirts,
Mm-hmm.
I got stuck with a lot of shirts in the end. There was a lot of shirts I ended up giving them away because I was holding on to them for so long. And at that point, I wasn't doing anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, I'm not doing shirts anymore. I was like, yeah, you want a shirt?
Yeah.
You know, they were in my trunk. You know, just gave them away. You know, which restock is that when you're talking about? The biohack shirt? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think he said earlier in the chat he said he wanted that.
See, I might have to do that one again. You'll ask me for that sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope though.
Yeah. I didn't think that many people had biohacks. No.
Yeah. Everybody but me, apparently.
Yo, that's hard. It's easy to like apply, but waiting for that joint
Take a while.
is like it takes forever, like to get done. So like it's like you have a patent pending, you know, it's like you're kind of cool, you know. But let me tell you, Mark, let me tell y'all something.
Are you, when he's saying logo, are you talking about your Stay Fresh logo, like the circle one? Or are you talking about, I mean, not Stay Fresh, the Afresh Culture clothing?
It could be either one.
Oh.
It could be either one, but it's all in all, you know. It's just hard to do, you know, because like you just don't know who else is thinking what you're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like the Stay Fresh thing, right? I had to put in, when I created that and I saw how good that was going, I was like, I got to put in for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I put in for it, right? And paid the money, etc. And it's pending forever.
Mm.
But dig this. So nobody has had a trademark the way that I spell it. You know, nobody's has a trademark. Later on, I have found other people that has used that hashtag the same way that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And recently came across some dude who hit me up on Facebook Messenger, right? And he was like, apparently he had messaged me prior, but I don't check my Facebook Messenger like that. My personal one. And he hit me again. I so happily saw it come across my phone when I had it in my hand. And so I looked at it and he's like, yo, I tried to hit you up a while back. You got to stop using that Stay Fresh. You just running with it. That ain't it. That's my name. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, like, what do you mean? And he tried to say that that's his stage name. Everybody knows him by that name, right? As Fresh, right? And he's been saying Stay Fresh, right? I looked him up. He said, you can look me up. Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. So I started looking him up. I couldn't find him. I found like a bunch of people named Fresh, F-R-S-H, not just him. I couldn't find, I don't know which one was him. I'm like, bro, you got more problems than working with me. So we got 5 people with your name, bro.
Listen.
You know, you got other fish to fry. But and he's like, you know, everybody know me by that name. I'm like, I don't know you. You know, I don't know who you are. I'm like, where you at? I never heard your music before, all that stuff. And I said, look, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't care what you do. If that's your stage name, roll with it. I don't care. I said, but I have this brand and Stay Fresh is part of my collection and it's never going away. And I have it trademarked. So you can show me something. If you can show me something telling me that I can't use it, I will stop using it right now. But I'm sure you can't show me anything that tells me that I can use it. So I'm gonna let you do what you do. Go ahead and rap, make your music, call yourself Fresh. I don't care. He also said about if you want to collaborate later on, we can do that. But the way you do it, yeah. I was like, if you want to collaborate later,
Get with me.
holler at me. Obviously, you know how to find me, right? But I told him, he's like, I can send you stuff. He told me he could send me some stuff from 2012. I said, 2012? Are you still doing it? If you're still doing it, you got to stop. You actually have to stop.
Right.
You know, but he's like, I can show you. I was like, I haven't heard from him since. Right? I should have told him a shirt. Right. I haven't heard from him since. Legit. I checked my Facebook Messenger. No messages from this dude. I don't know if he's watching us live right now. I don't know if you are. But you know, it's like, yo, you know, you first of all, he approached me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't it. What do you mean that ain't it?
Right.
I'm not trying to sound this way, but it is kind of it. You know, but yeah. So trademarks, man, that stuff is it's a pain in the butt, but in the end, it'll help you. It'll help you. I did have to tell another dude who made a shirt that said "Stay Fresh."
Mm-hmm.
He put it out there, and I asked. I said, "Hey, you know, I think your shirt's dope." I didn't come in like a jerk. You know, I was like, "I think it's dope." You know, but this is my brand, and I have Stay Fresh, and you know, I have, you know, my trademark, you know, information. You know, I was like, you know, I'm cool with you doing the shirt right now, but after you're done with that, you know, I need you to, you know, can you cut that shirt? You know, and he was cool about it. You know, like I didn't know the exact words I said, but I made it sound as polite and nice as possible, and he was cool. I had stuff to back me up, you know, and you know, we were cool with it. So that's what that was. So yeah, it helps you out, even if your trademark is pending. You know what I mean? Even if it's pending, it helps because that other person don't have it pending. If they put a file for it, most likely they're going to get put way behind you.
Right.
You know. So, but yeah, I've had my brand and have my business going, and I have all my business information, my tax ID, IN number, all that other stuff. Can't nobody tell me that this ain't what I'm doing. You know?
True.
Yeah, you know.
You said that dude a doof.
Hey, Amir, look like we're gonna be working security soon.
Man. Yeah. Hold on, let me go back to that question. Let me hit these real quick. Yeah. Donkey's name. You know what I'm saying, man? So you jacked his Steve. Right.
Whoa, big fella. That's
Right.
my stage name.
It's my stage. And I'm like, you, what did you do?
I tell him stay fresh.
Right. How difficult was it to find quality tees and sweatshirts to put the design on? So everybody's different. I'm a big stickler for the quality of shirts, and I knew off the bat. You know, when you go to Target and you go to Old Navy and you go to their t-shirt, their vintage t-shirt section, you know, and stuff like that, you know, their shirts feel a certain way, right? There's a certain weight, like GSM, and there's a certain weight to them, ounces, and the way they feel, and you put them on, and the way they feel up against, you know, your chest and everything, and how they lay on you, on your arms and stuff like that. I love that feel. So I knew that when I did my shirts, that I was going to have to make sure that they were like that, you know. So what I did was I did look around. I did have to get blank shirts to just touch them, right? Put them on and wear them, see how they feel when I put them on, all this other stuff, and just to see how I like them throughout the day. And I did find some brands that, of course, only sell to brands, right? They sell blank brands, and there's a lot of brands you'd be surprised that use all these different blank shirt companies. You know, you will be surprised. I even know where Supreme gets their stuff from, you know, and I know why it costs so much because of where they get their stuff from, you know, so I kind of know, like their hoodies. So after doing that and figuring out, okay, this is the one that I really like. So if you have all my t-shirts, they all feel the same. It's one particular manufacturer that I go to for those shirts. All my hoodies feel the same, except for maybe a couple in the past. I go to one particular manufacturer, same manufacturer I go to for the crew necks. That's why they feel the same as the hoodies. You know, so I'm a real stickler for it. And if I like it, I'm not going to keep changing it up. If it's not broke, I'm not going to try to fix it, reinvent it. I'm going to keep rolling with it unless a situation comes up where I have to do something different. Like with the Cappy hoodies, I went cut and sew. I wanted them to be a little bit different. I actually created my own size chart for those hoodies. And I drew them with the measurements, with where I wanted the stitching to be and stuff like that before I sent it off to the factory to have that done. So, which is, if anybody gets one, which is why the sweaters, because Cappy likes to wear her sweaters a little oversized, which is why each one of those is slightly oversized. So like a large might not really feel like a large. It might feel a little bit bigger than a large, things like that. But I don't do that normally. Normally, everything I do is true to size, you know, so all your stuff is going to feel true to size. Very rarely, and that was a special thing because I did it for a collaboration and I wanted to make sure that I engulfed who she was, right? And how she liked to wear things. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I go, my mind goes when it comes to picking that different stuff, you know, certain weights and things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Be see-through.
Where do you go to trademark? Have some in mind for my pops drawing. I can't remember the name of it, but Google it. It's super. It's a U.S. trademark something. I can't remember the name of it. I would have to go back into like my folders or even my emails and look at it because I can't remember the name of it. It's like USO trademark something or other. If you Google it, that's how I found it by Googling it. But it's there. I just can't remember the exact name for it. But it was super simple too. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be to actually file for it. It's just the waiting is what it just takes a long freaking time. But I could not stop what I was doing while I was waiting. I had to go full steam ahead. Yeah. I don't want to talk. Hey, y'all, watch that special, man. I laid down with my headache earlier today, and I watched that 30th anniversary. I can't even front, bro.
I went to school with the guy that's producing that.
Yeah. It made me tear up, especially when they did the Uncle Phil tribute. And they talked about how the tossing jazz out thing came about as well.
I haven't had a chance to watch any.
Yeah, it's really good.
Can you give us your login so we can watch it?
Right.
I know, right?
If you would, I don't know how the HBO Max work, but I know if you with AT&T, you get HBO for free.
Yeah, that is true. That's how I got it.
What?
Yeah. You should get HBO Max.
I mean, like even if you
My
if you
husband
with
gonna
AT&T,
he ain't know.
I'm saying if you got AT&T, like you got a whole network you can use. It's called AT&T now.
That's what I use.
HBO and all that on there. And then if you have
I'm about to text him now.
AT&T TV, AT&T, yeah.
Yeah, you see the Direct TV joint.
Yeah, it used to be Direct TV, yeah.
And then if you have AT&T and you have like that, I don't know what's the premium plan, you get to choose a free network. So like I choose Stars on that, so I got Stars and HBO for free.
But are y'all saying AT&T like the phone service or AT&T like the cable?
AT&T, the phone service.
All right, yeah, I'm texting them because I'm like I didn't know that.
Yeah, get the HBO now.
And then I'm telling you, if you got, I don't know whatever that plan
is it HBO Now or HBO Max?
Max.
You get all that. But they have a
Because you
Fresh
can
Prince on
subscribe to
Max.
HBO Max by itself.
Yeah.
I think it's like $8 or something like that.
Mhm.
But I believe AT&T. I know with my AT&T TV, I get the HBO Max for free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
they got
you get to pick another one.
all the episodes, every season of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air too.
And then you get to pick something else too, though. Like you could pick,
Yeah.
like I picked Stars. So like I got Stars and HBO because I picked Stars for Power. But you get I get Stars and HBO for free through my AT&T phone service.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, wait till you watch the last 20 minutes, Kim. Yeah, I'm not gonna even. Yeah. Do you think you would change up the styles of your shirt, clothes to match what's going on with the current styles? Probably not.
Wait a minute, Kim, who you got Hulu for free?
I don't want.
I think
Yeah, there is a service you can get for free. I forgot which phone service, but yeah. I don't want to follow any current styles. I'd rather try to figure out my own stuff to see if I can figure out a particular trend, or try to figure out something that I've never seen done before. You know, like I tossed around the idea of doing like you've seen velour jogging suits, right? You know, I tossed around the idea of doing a velour hoodie. You know, instead of like the jogging suit with the zip up track, you know, do an actual pullover velour hoodie. I've even tossed around the idea of doing velour basketball shorts, you know, with the regular taping around the banding and stuff like that, but the actual shorts being velour, things like that. So I tossed around different things that I've never seen done before and seeing how it works, how it looks, but not really trying to match what's going on with current styles. The most current thing I'll ever do is if it has to do with the shoe. And that's probably about it. Like I did with the whole wings thing and, you know, even the regular Stay Fresh stuff, you know, matching it with different shoes and stuff like that. So that's probably the furthest I'll go that has to do with current styles. Outside of that, probably not. Yeah. Yeah, Verizon. I got Disney Plus through Verizon and Apple Music for free through Verizon as well. Yep. If you have HBO, you can watch HBO Max for free. Yep, that's true. Yep, same thing. Yeah, Sprint has Hulu. Yeah, if you got Sprint, T-Mobile, you got Hulu.
Yeah, I left Sprint years ago.
Yeah. Like Kim say, I'm the same way. My mom told me about different materials. She says your quality ain't nothing worse than having a white tee that ends up being see-through. You didn't sign up for that.
True story.
That is true. Yeah, it's. What you say?
Oh, yeah. Verizon don't offer anything but a year free of Disney Plus.
Yeah, it is. It is just a year, isn't it? That's true. Yeah.
Hey, with that Disney Plus, bro, that joint clutch, bro. Like you get to watch some stuff with that joint.
That Mandalorian, bro.
My kids love
that Mandalorian. What you say? I need one of Fresh Culture green camo Daz cap with a first in black. Okay.
Okay.
All right, you know. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what other questions y'all got?
I think you done answered my list.
I feel like I had another question, but I can't really exactly. It was just kind of like about like I guess really like the progression of your like website. So like a lot of times when you look at brands, especially like the ones you aspire to, like you've already talked about like all the brands you aspire to and you look to them, or you know, whether it's through their collections or website and things like that. But like I guess my question is, I mean, you know, started from the bottom, now you're here, you know, 4 years later, but like, how did you feel? Or like, I guess I don't know what my question is, but like, how did you feel like, you know, when you first started out and you had your website, just feeling like you want to continue to like build and build and build on it, but you know, you only got so much money for a shirt, so much money for figuring out how to do the logo. Like there's so much involved. Like, how do you just keep straight on like, okay, I know this is gonna progress like into what you have like now. I don't know if that makes sense.
I think so. I just think my thing is trying to stay as simple and streamlined as possible. Because you know, like you said, your brain starts doing stuff. You be like, I should do this, whatever. But everything you think of ain't always gonna be good, you know. So after just sitting there and think, like I have went back and toyed with changing my website a couple times, and after toying with it, I would end up canceling that and just keeping what I already had, you know, because I feel that I think what's most important is, for me at least, and I think for any clothing brand, is what do you go to that website for? You go to it for actually what they're selling, right? So I think what that ends up needing to be is that if you, whatever you're putting on the site, if it's clean, you're putting as clean of pictures as you can put up there of the product, and not try to do too much with those, then I think that's what matters the most. So I'm like, I don't need to keep figuring out if I need to change my website or not. I just think the website change comes along when I add a different product, you know, and the most I end up changing is adding a product, but also highlighting that product on the front page, right? So you go into the website, and I might change the banner, you know, but you scroll up and you'll see, oh, this is the featured item because it's brand new, right? Scroll some more, but then you can go ahead and click on the collections, you know, men's, ladies, or whatever this collection. But I think as long as what I have on there, if it's easy to get to, and people don't have problems trying to get to a certain thing on the website, like I think there's even a search bar on my website. I think there is. Let me see. I think there's a search bar up there. So like you can even hit the search button and type in, you know, vulture, you know, but
that makes sense.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you can make it easy for people, I think that's what matters the most. I think sometimes people try to do a lot on their websites when they don't have to. And I think the bright and vivid websites, you know, do the best. I think they're more appeasing to the eye. You know, when it's bright, rather than it being black and stuff like that. One thing that me and my wife, because if you look at her website is pretty clean too. One thing that she hates is when you click on a website and music starts playing.
That's back in the MySpace days.
You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised.
Well, MySpace,
You know,
you're
like
popping.
Right.
You gotta turn it down. It's like, oh, that's loud. You know, I didn't know that was gonna happen. You know, and you can't find where to, you know, mute the music on the screen and things like that. And that's doing too much. It's like you don't have to do all that stuff. Only thing that matters for Tiffany's website is who are the designers, the portfolio, right? Those are the things that matter the most. You can click on the portfolio and see the work and be like, yo, you know, like, let's see here. Let's see something here.
Be easy to shoot.
Tiff heard me talking about her. She popped her head out the door.
What's happening?
We're talking about websites.
And how mine's best.
She said, oh, and how mine's the best. If you look at her site, right? So this is the most that she does on hers. This is this video that pops up, right? But everything else is clean, right? It's bright, it's vivid, you know, and a lot of things are to the point. Like she has her bio at the top. right? For a clothing wear brand, that's not going to work putting the bio at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But for her, it works, right? That's her right there.
Hey.
Right? That's her team, right?
So cute.
And then you got the projects.
Mm-hmm.
You get the projects from here, or you can view all the projects. So what matters the most is what are you actually what is the reason that people are going to your website for, and you got to make it easy to. What are you doing, Tiff? Why are you flipping the screen?
That's what the website.
Exactly.
Right there and right there.
Get them
She's pointing here.
Get them straight.
Right here.
Oh,
Mm.
on a share screen?
Yes, a share screen.
Yeah. And then also the second biggest.
She just hijacked my live.
And then also go back.
Go back? Okay.
Yeah. Also, the second biggest thing is that you got to have some clout. Set yourself off. So bam.
You got to have some clout. Oh, yeah. So right here.
Right there. Yeah.
Recognized as one of the most famous interior designers, Architectural Digest 2020.
You're seeing a video of, people's responses, rooms, how we work as a staff, all those key things that people would want to know. Personality, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Work it.
I need an autograph.
Work.
Dang, I ain't popping like that.
Yeah.
TV. Let me find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't lead with that. But yeah, she's an HGTV host.
Look, somebody popped up and said, "Come on, let's talk."
You've been here long enough.
Right, you've been here long enough, right. Yeah, so yeah, she if you ever watch the HGTV Smart Home giveaway, she's the one that designed them. Dating back to 2016.
Yeah.
She's been doing them. And if you ever filled out to win a smart home and she knocks on your door or a dream home, she's the one that knocks on your door and be like, "Hey, you want a house?"
Wow.
Yeah. So that's
come knock on my door.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Y'all are so inspirational, I tell you.
We a mess. But she's shaking her head, yeah. But yeah, if you keep it clean, and to the point of what you're trying to do, like this stuff is the most important things. Like I sat in a webinar with Art of Homage because they are doing it. They're doing it. And one thing that he told me is because I had this at the top of my screen and this before I even had product. He said, "Bro, move that down. The first thing they should see is product. You want them to click on the video first or the product first?" I was like, "You're right. You're right. That makes sense." So I think that's what's most important. And you have a little eye candy. I got to change some of these, but what's most important is what they came to your website for. And don't try to do too much, if that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Another collab on the horizon. Yes.
It's gonna be a good one too.
We just gave y'all a hint. Yes. And you never know. I don't know. There might be other ones. I have reached out to a couple other people. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, there will be more. And there is one on the horizon. And there will be more come 2021. I'm definitely sure of it. Yeah. I like the feature that has all my info and my orders in it. Easy checkout. Yeah. That's good. That's big too. Because you have the sign up feature. You can sign up and create an account. As well as sign up for the newsletter. And newsletter, and that gets people as well. Because you send out. Where you send my kicks?
No, I was saying the newsletter. Y'all better take notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign up for the newsletters, and you get people involved because you send out, and I don't spam people, but you send out a newsletter, and those people who signed up for the newsletter, they're the ones who might get something exclusive. Like they might get a discount that only they're going to get, or they might get access to a collection that I'm not going to do like for another 2 weeks. Things like that. Like how I gave y'all a link to the Kill All Vultures, you know, that y'all can get in on it now because nobody else will have that until Black Friday. You know, so if y'all want it, you know, if you don't, that's all good. You know, but if you do, you have that exclusive link, right? Let's see if it pops. There it is again. But so that's what the newsletter. Some newsletters help as well. Gets it engaged and it builds what's called your tribe. Mm-hmm. So you have a tribe. Every single brand has a tribe that follows them. You know, and as consumers, we might be a part of a lot of different tribes, right? We love Jordans. You know, Jordan has a tribe. Supreme has a tribe that follows them. You know, that are loyal to those brands. You know, and as I'm already building this tribe, you know, you guys, you know, who are on the panel, you guys who are in the chat, a lot of people who are following on Instagram, stuff like that. My newsletter following has grown, you know, dramatically over this year. You know, as the brand grows, that list grows. But having a newsletter is super important as well. So all these different ways you get people engaged, stuff like this getting people engaged. Like this was a battle for me because like how vulnerable do you want to be? Right? And how transparent do you want to be and make yourself out there to people? You know, and I'm going to repeat names, but, you know, Emory Jones of Paper Planes isn't accessible like that, right? Jerry Lorenzo isn't accessible like that. You know, they're just not, you know, but they still have their tribe and they still have their following. You kind of can get an idea what kind of person they are, and you might attract to them because of what kind of person they are. And it makes you love their brand even more. Right? You hear them talk in interviews or whatever. But all these different ways to try to attract people and let people know who you are. And so I think for me, I really struggled with that at first. I was like, you know what the hey with it. Put my face out there, let people know who I am and know my story. You know, and because at some point I'm going to relate, somebody's going to relate to me, and then somebody's going to hear something that I'm going to say was going to help them, or even somebody who's aspiring to have a brand of any kind. I might have said something. They might have saw my face, heard me say some things, and it helped them along the way. Whether they tell me that or not, it might happen. So I said, hey, you're much more visible. What do I got to lose? You know, I think I had more to gain than anything. Yeah. That freshman bread tea goes well with the new bread mids. I'm about to cop that one. Don't sleep on the mids. Don't sleep on the mids.
Don't sleep on the mids. True story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's been doing it for a while. I'm super proud of her, man. I'm super proud of her. She just got done filming a show called Rock the Block. So if you've been watching HT for a while, they had this show that started last year called Rock the Block, where there were designers that were already like Alice and Victoria and some other designers. They all got a house to design and they competed for a prize or something like that. Tiffany and David Bromstead were a team and they competed against other designers on HGTV. And she just got done filming. I don't know what's going to air, but and she's also filming her own show now. They gave her her own show, her name, all that, her own show. So I'm mad proud of her for that. But yeah,
she better rock some of those tees. Some special whatever her style is, you know.
She already know.
Nice. Here goes a gift basket right there.
Right, you know, she already know.
Gotta add it in there somehow, you know.
Right. Kik Squad collab. But yeah. That's what's up, Migs. Thank you, sir. So yeah, what other questions y'all got? I'm kind of an open book right now. We've been going for hour 30. We can wrap it up soon. We don't like. I don't do these. I do these too long. So yeah, if y'all got any other questions?
You ran through my list. Answered all of them, bro. Nah, man, but man, I mean, I know the people do, but man, I appreciate you being transparent, being relatable. That's something we always talk about, trying to make sure, that we are relatable, and you being relatable is huge, especially, in the direction that we're going. And hey, man, I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Probably brothers love it listed. Yeah, they trying to put her in the mix with them. They want to make her one of those top shows like those. And then when you're at home doing nothing, watch HTV and it's like rerun for like 5 hours. Yeah. Put her in that list of reruns. The marathons. But yeah. But definitely, man, just if anybody out there is aspiring to do this or whatever, just I think the biggest thing is to stay true to who you are. Super, just that's probably the biggest thing I could say is that don't try to front. People can tell when you're fronting. They can tell when you're trying too hard or whatever. Just absolutely be you. I think that's why people like the Kik Squad so much. It's a lot of different personalities, and people just are who they are. Not being extra. We could say being extra for the effects. In the videos. As far as the personalities and who we are as people, you don't have to do too much. People can see the authenticity when they look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if oh wait, first before we do that, hold on. Thank you. I'm sure there was supposed to be a question mark. No doubt, Migs, no doubt. But working ideas for 2021 spring summer. Yes, a lot of ideas running around my head. Looking for a new factory because I don't like to do a lot. I don't do a lot of cut and sew. The only ones I ever done was those shorts, and then the tie dye hoodies that I just did. Those were the only ones, and I haven't put them up yet. But there'll be jogging tie dye jogging pants going up too, white and purple. You don't have to get them with the hoodie. You can get them by themselves if you want to, or you can just be tie dye from head to toe if you choose to be. But yeah, those are cut and sew. But for the most part, I like printing on stuff. So there are a lot of ideas going around in my head for next year. One of the ones, like I mentioned earlier, is I want to do a shoe. I'm doing a lot of research right now, trying to find someone who breaks down and builds shoes back up again. But I also found places that actually make all those shoes that we wear currently that will make custom shoes also. Senior designs, all this other stuff. So I have designs in my head. So the design that I had in my, and I think I said this, I know I said it before. The design that I have in my head is I want to do a low, right? I like lows a lot, right? But I want to do a low. I wanted to do a Jordan and just customize it, right? Find somebody who can break that joker down and just rebuild that mug, right? But I know if I get something done on my own, I can't put this on there. I got to put something different, right here or something like that. But what I want to do, this is my idea. You're going to hear first. I want to go low, but on the lows, it doesn't have this part, right? On the lows, I want to incorporate this somewhere on the low so that where it comes up from the swoosh, going into that low part of it. But I also want it to flap like the biohacks, and I want it to flap out as well. So incorporate this wing on the low, boom. But I also want to. I told y'all I'm a sucker for the exposed tongue. I do the exposed tongue. Don't want to know the shoe.
It's funny.
Right, exactly.
funny.
Don't want to load the shoe. I want to make it mad raw, of course, around here. I want this part to flap as well, right? I want it to flap out a little bit too. So those are kind of my ideas. It's like my own colorway. One idea I had was doing it a light skin Jordan 1 to where it was all light skin, tan like me, kind of off black, off brown, doing that. But I have some other ideas too. But I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Or I could just
I
come.
think that's dope.
Yeah, or I go
Idea.
brand new. Who knows? But if I can't take a Jordan and totally break it down and redo it, I kind of am on the fence about making a shoe that looks like this and putting something else here. I'm not really sure how that would fly or whatever, So I don't know. But yeah, I do want to do it. I will figure it out. And once it hits me to where I'm like, that's it, I'm going to go for it and make a couple samples and make it do what it do, baby. But hey, Wyatt, he wants to do an album together.
It's possible.
It's possible, right? So I have the alter ego. That's my alter ego.
I got y'all on the background vocals.
Here we go. Kik Squad album. Right.
I'm gonna be the hype man.
I mean, I seen your dance moves in your videos now when you do the on feet, so you might have to. I'm like, yo, she about to turn around and smack it one time. I'm like, you sitting there bopping. I'm like, what music you listening to?
You're right.
Trying to hear that.
Do you sketch your design or do you use a touch screen? Boom. That's what I use. I use the iPad Pro, and I have a program called Procreate. And that's where I sketch everything. That's one of my sketches of my low.
Not the black toe.
Right.
You better turn that around, bro. Somebody take that. That thing like jumping. You better flip that, bro. Somebody gonna see that.
Right. But yeah, this is where I draw everything at.
Now House of Heat with the joint tomorrow. Maka for 2021.
I know, right?
Yeah, so yeah, that's where I sketch things at. I do use other programs too, like when it comes to like the regular fonts, like the Stay Fresh was done just by me finding the right font that I wanted to use that made sense to me. But then, like I said, now that I'm going a little bit, I can be a little bit more creative and, end up doing things like that guy, So I sketched that and then redrew him, by hand. So, but yeah, little mix of both. Mason already screenshot it. That's funny. Until you do it.
I'm gonna be heading out pretty soon.
Yeah, we finna wrap it up. So, thank
back
you.
is hurting. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I got to eat. I cooked dinner. I ain't even eaten yet.
Oh, no.
But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for jumping in and let me tell my story a little bit.
Absolutely.
I didn't.
learned a lot.
Yeah, no, and you have a brand too. So like I told you, I'm here. I mean, I don't want to say that you know. I think you've known me enough to know that when I say these things, it's not me saying like, "Come to me, I know everything," but I'm still learning.
Oh yeah, totally.
But if you got questions,
Mm-hmm.
you know how to find me.
I appreciate
you know how to find me big time. Because what is good at having this information if you don't share it with people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what the Kik Squad does anyway. We have this information, from their cook groups and stuff like that, and they share it with everybody in the chat and all these different lives and stuff. What good is having information if we can't share that information? You know,
Right.
I not want to share information with me.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that sucked. Not to go learn things on my. It's fine learning things on your own, but it's also cool to have somebody who wants to share information with you. Like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
why are you stingy with it? You know? I remember being in school and like we live like 40 miles north of Chicago, right? But going downtown ain't a thing. But like there's this area called Jewtown. You go to Jewtown, you get all the bootleg stuff or whatever the case is, right? You go there on the weekend with your family, you come back to school, they see you with something on. Oh man, where you get that from? Where you get that from? The city. And that's the answer, the city. Bro, tell me they don't want you to know where they got it from. They don't want you to go down there and get it, right? They don't want to share the information. But that's what I think about when I hear that. It's like I think about that whole answer, the city. No, I'm gonna share the information. This is where I got it from. You know, this is how you do this. But yeah. So anyway, you want to hit the intros or outros? Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start.
Good, man.
I got you.
All right. We'll go here. We'll go ladies first. Ladies first. Ladies first.
Oh, I was getting it. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kicks for Fresh. You know, thank you all so much for pulling up each and every Thursday on Afresh Culture, Friends and Fashion, where today we did hear from our very own Dante from Afresh Culture. Definitely learned a lot, bro. Thank you for, you know, bringing me on to kind of learn and just hear your story. Because, you know, we all have a story, no matter if it's a brand, no matter if it's, you know, just entrepreneurial things, just, you know, our YouTube channels, things like that. So I really appreciated hearing a lot from you. Definitely have like a lot of wisdom that you can give. And it comes from a good place. You know, I think that's really rare sometimes. You know, there's a lot of people out here that, you know, it's not authentic. I guess I would say that. So I appreciated you for, you know, sharing your story, being open and authentic and transparent. You know, as always, like I said, thanks for pulling up to all of our lives. Very, very excited to see who you have next on your episodes. So until next time, y'all already know what to do. Stay fresh.
Oh yeah. What is going on? It is your boy Wyatt, everybody's favorite, man. Dope live tonight, bro, man. Appreciate you you know, letting us know a little bit of about yourself that, you know, I didn't know a lot of stuff. So I mean that's it's definitely good and refreshing to hear, man. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the Kik Squad Nation. What's up? I see y'all. I will be live in the morning doing a live cop on those women's mids, aka maybe the Jordan 1 of the year. And then I'm gonna drop a video after the live's over with. So yeah, man. Stay tuned. Good night.
All right.
What it do, everybody, man? Appreciate y'all tuning in again to Kik Squad TV. Y'all already know, man. My name is My Kik Sick, and I am addicted to sneakers, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Great live tonight, Dante, as usual, bro. Thank you for opening up to us, telling us some of these things, and inspiring some people to follow their dreams, bro. Because that's what it's all about, man. We all have dreams and inspirations in life, and sometimes we shy away from them for different reasons in life. And sometimes it's good to hear somebody that's following theirs and to motivate them to follow theirs, man. So shout out to y'all. And hey, man, see y'all in the morning on Wide Channel. I'm going to be dropping a video. I didn't see GT from AG, but I got a video for you tomorrow, bro. Those foams dropping tomorrow, and I'm dropping a video on those foams tomorrow, man. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in for that. And see y'all in the morning on Wise Live, man. Y'all already know. Peace.
Word. All right. So first off, Kim, hey, will you be on? Will you do it if we do a little live talking about some music and movies and stuff? Let me know. I know you wanted that. Let me know. All right, we could chat about that. I'm down. No doubt, man. Appreciate it. Big time. Right on. One thing I got to do before I actually get off of here is I did not log in to the YouTube studio. I gotta see where things went before we get off of here. I apologize, but while we're here, thank y'all for tuning in, allowing me to do this and get on. It was super dope to be able to share that information with you guys and chat it up. I like to share and for people to share this stuff. You just never know, man. You're inspiring people, like you said, and you just never know who is there, never know who's watching, never know what gem you're gonna give to somebody, and things like that. So this stuff is always mad helpful. So I appreciate y'all for even sitting here with me. Even though I almost but but thank y'all big time. So anyway, y'all got the link. Hopefully y'all have the link there if you want to get in early on the Kill All Vultures collection. There you go. Technology. I will see if I can put this t-shirt on that collection as a short sleeve. I'm sure I can make it happen for you. But yeah, get out there, start hunting these vultures out there because they out there. But it's out there now. In other words, after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, we out there. We be very quiet. I'm hunting vultures. So that's what we're doing. But thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with me and always rocking. So Kik Squad, man. Kik Squad TV. That's what's up. That's what's up, y'all. All right. So thank y'all for being with me on the chat. Thank you for being on the panel. And we out.